What if the most innocent symbol of fun and laughter turned into your darkest nightmare? Welcome to a world where painted smiles hide sinister intentions and colorful costumes conceal terrifying secrets. Tonight, we unravel 3 chilling true stories that will make you question every clown you've ever seen, from a carnival encounter that turned into a lifelong fear to a quiet suburban neighborhood stalked by a menacing figure, and a remote rural escape where survival meant outsmarting a machete-wielding clown. These aren't just stories. They're real accounts of fear, danger, and the unexpected horrors lurking in the unlikeliest places. So grab a blanket, dim the lights, and prepare yourself. These stories aren't for the faint of heart. Are you ready to face the nightmare behind the mask? Story number 1, The Haunting Carnival Clown. A true tale of terror. Every small town has its annual fair, and for Alice Parker, a 17-year-old high school senior, the Autumn Carnival was the highlight of her year. With flashing lights, upbeat music, and the smell of sweet cotton candy, it was the perfect escape from the monotony of her rural life. This year, however, the carnival would become a memory she could never erase. Alice arrived at the fair with her best friend, Marcy. They spent hours playing games, riding the Ferris wheel, and laughing until their cheeks hurt. As they wandered toward the fun house, a figure caught Alice's eye. A clown, towering and grotesque, with exaggerated features and a smile too wide to be comforting. His suit was patchwork, mismatched colors that seemed dirty and worn, but it wasn't his appearance that unsettled her. It was the way he was staring directly at her, as if she was the only person in the bustling carnival. "Let's go to the fun house," Marcy said, oblivious to the clown's unnerving presence. Alice hesitated, but nodded, following her furry intimacy. The fun house was a maze of mirrors and dimly lit passages. Alice laughed nervously at her distorted reflection until she spotted something that made her blood run cold. The clown was there, standing silently at the far end of the maze, his head tilted in a sinister manner. "Marcy, did you see that?" Alice whispered. But her friend was already a few steps ahead, unaware. When Alice turned back, the clown was gone. Shaking off her unease, she brushed it off as her imagination playing tricks on her. Later that evening, as the carnival wound down, Alice and Marcy prepared to leave. Alice decided to make a quick stop at the restroom, promising Marcy she'd be right back. As she exited the restroom, she froze. The clown was standing in the shadows near the exit, his colorful outfit barely visible under the dim light. "Did you enjoy the funhouse?" he asked in a deep, gravelly voice. Alice's heart pounded in her chest. She didn't respond, choosing instead to walk briskly toward the main fairground. But before she could reach the crowd, he stepped into her path. "Why don't you come backstage? I can show you something special," he said, his voice dripping with something between menace and mockery. Alice shook her head and sprinted past him, not stopping until she reached Marcy, who was waiting by the car. As they drove home, Alice couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. She kept glancing in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see the clown following them. That night, unable to sleep, Alice looked out at her bedroom window. Her heart nearly stopped. Standing at the edge of the woods behind her house was the clown, his painted face illuminated by the pale moonlight. She scrambled to lock her windows and draw the curtains, but her mind raced with panic. How had he followed her? Why was he here? The next morning, she told her parents, who dismissed it as a nightmare brought on by carnival excitement. But Alice knew what she had seen. The clown didn't return, but the fear lingered, a shadow that followed her wherever she went. Years later, Alice still avoids carnivals, fun houses, and even Halloween costumes. To this day, she can't explain how the clown found her or what he wanted. All she knows is that the memory of his chilling smile still haunts her, a permanent reminder of the night a carnival became her worst nightmare. Story